and last pick that rhyme on their end because they are going second. It would work out very well for them.
Yeah, well, it's like pick your poison. You know, you take Rhyme out, you leave Adagio in, you take Adagio out. Well, I mean, it depends. They do end up getting that Adagio, so they're happy with that. Gankstars, Cerebrus over here though, they've got that Ardent, they've got that Glaive, a very powerful combination. We've seen a lot of success with these heroes.
Yeah, and it's looking a lot like they're going to be trying to pick up that Vox as their last pick. So, you know, hopefully G2 does realize this on their end and making sure that they pick them up for Redix first.
Why do you think Vox is so good with that combo there? I know maybe you could plug in Ringo, there may be another hero or two, but specifically why Vox?
Well, the thing is, if you do have that Ringo, then you'll be syncing up Ringo with Glaive. One of them will have to go CP, or if they both go weapon, it's going to be very easy to counter build against. But with Vox and Glaive and Arden together, this puts that hyper carry role on that Vox, where you know in that late game, he's going to be very hard to take down, and he's going to be the one doing the most amount of damage.
Yeah, definitely. Well, very well explained there, Rome. And Blackfeather going to be the last pickup here. Now, G2 Kinguin have a very clear strategy here with this Adagio, Finn, Blackfeather. Very tanky, durable composition. They're going to buff Blackfeather up. Sky, the last pick for Gankstars here. And so to have Glaive, to have Ardent, to have Sky, how do you like it?
It's actually a lot better. They did see that Blackfeather, so then they wanted to make sure that they have that mobility to get away, making sure that with Sky's AoE damage and her manipulative style that forces people to either really bait and chase, it works out really well for them, and it just comes down to the execution and how well Techno JJ will be timing the afterburn on this Glaive.
All right, guys, keep your eyes on this Glaive. Can he get the afterburns off when he needs them? We've loaded into the Halcyon Fold, and let's see if it happens here. Let's toss it to our casters one more time. Action, Jackson, and Vedius. Take it away, guys.
Game 2 we just had, and for everyone who's, you know, a little bit upset with Redix for fat fingering there, it happens to the best of us. I didn't mean to right swipe the Kraken. That was an accident. I just felt like I had to commit once I got there.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I mean, personally, as an expert veteran myself, it would never happen to me. No, obviously I'm kidding. It always happens to me. And if anything, it's like it happens more often than it doesn't. Like, so, you know, we can all forgive the pros for allowing this to happen. And Redix, if anything, he's allowed his team to fall behind for a more dramatic victory. You know, that's really the goal. Everyone wants a storied best of 5 final. That's what everyone strives towards.
It was this or buy a tension bow, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, he decided that the tension bow wasn't worth it, and the fat finger was. So, you know what? Anyway, moving on. Let's have a look at these compositions. We do see, once again, G2 going for a Protect the Blackfeather composition. A lot of buffs going to be funneled in towards Dark Potato, and he's going to be diving onto the backline, doing what he can to try and shut down that backline threat. Have to keep an eye on how Techno decides to build this game. We've seen a lot of glass cannon builds coming out from Dark Potato. Will Techno go the same, or will he go for more of a bruisery kind of build and rely on Leon to be that big carry? And will Leon be able to get the same sort of farm that he is typically used to? You heard Rome talking about it earlier on, where Leon really was kind of starved that game. He didn't usually get the same sort of farm that he is used to. He didn't get that level advantage that he regularly gets in his past. But this game, he's already trying to change that.
Oh, Dingo taking so much damage right away. Leon is able to pick up that kill with Emmer King. Dark Potato going to go down as well. Redix, he rotated potentially to his death here as Leon and Emmer King try and pick up another kill. They're going to find it. That was unbelievably close to being an ace at 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, it was still a 3-for-0 in a 2 versus 3 for Gankstars. This is the Leon that we were talking about, where he goes for those aggressive invades. He lives in the enemy jungle, and this is where he gets those insane farm leads from, by basically taking everything away from his opponents. Already he's off to a phenomenal start, and not only is he going to deny a lot of gold from his opponents, but look at the advantage Techno has already managed to accrue in the lane.
Yeah, he's really starting to roll with the farm. 24 to the 20 of Redix, plus he has a few more minions to pick up here, so in a good position. Redix dying there and having to come back to lane obviously meant he wasn't farming whilst he was back at base, so good opportunity. Whoa! I missed that one. Quick kill getting picked up by Gankstars. They want to keep this ball rolling. What is that damage? Redix gets melted. Dingo, he could go down here as well with one more forward barrage potentially from Leon. This is a bad situation for G2K. Leon, the minions are attacking him though. Gotta get out of there. 2 more kills going the way of Gankstars Cerebrus.
And another 2 versus 3. Somehow, Leon is able to get 2 extra kills. This is his Sky. Excuse me, sorry. This is the guy that got 17-0-2 back in the Winter Qualifier. He had so much praise behind him. He had such a storied background. Everyone considered him one of, if not the most mechanical player in Europe. And he has now finally decided to demonstrate that prowess here in the finals. This is why you cannot afford to give this guy Sky, and this is why he is so comfortable on it. Constantly going for those aggressive invades, realizing that they have the stronger 2 versus 2, and punishing G2 so heavily at 4 minutes into the game.
Well, the question is, can they keep the ball rolling here? I mean, we've got 1,000 gold in the lead for Gankstars Cerebrus. They've got a good composition to really make some damage happen early on here. Redix, look at that forward barrage. What is the damage coming out of Leon right now? Tetno very nearly finding a good afterburn there. Would have secured the kill if he just got slightly further behind Redix. Not going to be able to pick it up. Like Gankstars are going to have to just back away for now. Take their time.
No, they're not. Look at Leon.
Oh, Leon does want more, actually. Trying to find Dark Potato here. The Dark Potato, I mean, he's had enough of messing around. Nowadays, he's just going to be running away, I think, whenever he sees Leon coming.
Yep, he is going to plant himself somewhere else, as it looks like Leon literally takes all of the back camps in an instant, and now Techno JJ's here to join the party too.
Yeah, Emmer King looked like he might have been in a dicey position, but he's not actually, as Techno JJ goes in. Leon as well. Dark Potato eating that forward barrage. Emmer King has also picked up a kill there, and now Redix wants to get a return. He's going to find Emmer King. Techno is eating the turret, but the forward barrage out of Leon secures the ace. They've got 8 kills at 5 minutes. That is significantly more than 1 per minute. That is ridiculous.
And look at the farm as well. Techno JJ 49 at 5 minutes, 34 for Leon at 5 minutes as well. Unbelievable how aggressive Gankstars are playing right now. They know they have the stronger early game, and they are just abusing it. Constantly roaming into the enemy jungle, stealing away those back camps, and forcing G2 into fights that they just cannot possibly win. But we've seen a trend in this series so far, and teams that seem to have a commanding victory always fall short come the 15-minute mark. So Gankstars, I feel their goal needs to be to end this before we hit 15 minutes.
I've got to agree with you. Lest the EU curse kick into full effect. I think that's what I'm going to name it from this point on, because it's definitely an EU thing.
It definitely is.
At the moment, though, let's just take stock, because I think there's been a lot of action. 1 for 8 in the lead for Gankstars Cerebrus. They're also sitting at a pretty substantial gold lead, almost 12k to the 9.6 on G2K. Stealing away a minion mine there. They're really controlling the enemy jungle here, too. Emmer King and Leon moving up here. Might want to go for some kind of a play. Forward barrage over the wall. Not really going to connect, though. They don't find that full burst of damage. Leon, I mean, he's just boldly jumping over the wall to try and hit Surrey strikes. Doesn't care right now.
Is he boldly going where no man would normally go?
Definitely where no man would normally go. I think people have gone there before. It normally doesn't work out that well.
Yeah. Well, Leon demonstrating how strong he is on this guy right now. 5-0 and 3. 100% kill contribution. If anything, I feel like Emmer King and Techno have only been stealing his kills away from him. Because Leon has just been relentless with this aggression. Now, they're in a great position to steal away this gold mine, but have a look at what Dark Potato's doing. He's like, oh, you want my jungle? Well, I'm going to take away yours. So, Dark Potato doing what he can to get a bit of farm back for himself, but I don't know if it'll matter if we look at the Tara dive.
Redix reflex blocks that afterburn, but who cares? Leon's got the damage for days, picks up a first kill onto Dingo with the Shattered Glass he just acquired. Turret almost certainly going to be going down here. Redix needs to be careful. Very smart of him to back away. Techno JJ was thinking about going for another afterburn there, so right now Dark Potato, the new target. Leon starting to rotate down into the jungle, will spot him out. Emmer King going to be coming across as well. Leon stealing away the back camps. Very difficult for Dark Potato to find the farm that he's looking for right now.
Yep, it certainly is. There's a 25 CS discrepancy between both Leon and Dark Potato right now. Dark Potato has had a phenomenal series, but this early game is definitely not going in his favor. He's yet to complete any sort of item. He has finished the reflex block, but is that really what you want this early on into the game? You need that damage to even consider contesting Leon right now, who's decided to just rush the Shatter Glass. He's all about that damage. He doesn't even slightly care about the utility, and hell, why does he need it, given as to how accurate he has been with these series strikes, with these forward barrages. And Leon is just going off on one this game.
He absolutely is. 5-0-4 at 8.5 minutes is a pretty ridiculous kill score. Not part of this fight just yet, but he is making his way up here. Cerebrus want to find some more kills. King gonna scout that out with the flare. Dark Potato finds the on point, but you can see forward barrage doing so much work on the Dingo and him. Techno JJ might be fishing for one of these afterburns in not that long. King going a bit deep there, taking a lot of damage from Redix. There's a Blight Company. Gotta be careful about overextending if you're Gankstars right now, as Leon does potentially just that, jumping on the back line. Tetno finds Dark Potato with the afterburn, but there's not enough damage. Redix with a great ultimate too. Leon's locked up. He's gonna go down. G2K easily able to clean up that fight. Didn't even feel that close. Tetno JJ wants to keep it going though. Keep the afterburn out of there. Tetno JK as he backs away. King over the wall, trying to pull that Lost Boy Toph escape. Can he do it though? Needs to find the recall. Needs to be, as you like to say, a sneaky sausage. Looks like he's going to be able to find it.
He is able to get away with that one, but what is it with that turret and throws? I mean, seriously, how many times have we seen teams go for a dive underneath that turret and it go horribly wrong? I want to give all the praise to G2 for that execution, though, because Tetno, he's just going to run away. He's just coming up. He's trying to be a smelly sausage right now, just getting in the way, trying to be a nuisance. But nope, G2 are just going to disengage off the back of that one. But yeah, mad props to G2 in that execution, because what they did was Redix channeled his ultimate in a great position, right? Where he timed it just in time with the Forced Accord coming out from Dingo as well. So the stun came down as he was being dragged underneath both turrets, that there was no way Leon was going to be able to escape from that. So that was just perfect execution. With the numbers advantage, they easily get the chase down. They do only get one more kill. No, they only get that one kill, but that shutdown was absolutely monumental, and it has closed the gold gap pretty significantly. Right now, once again though, Gankstars, they're trying to set up a siege, but Leon takes a lot of damage.
He's not really landing the forward barrages right now. He just missed 2 full charges of it. So at this point, Gankstars might want to think about backing away a little bit, playing it safe. Never mind. One more forward barrage is going to chunk out Dingo. As King jumps forward a little bit with the blood for blood. Gangstar Cerebrus are going to back away now. Just take this minion mine down and play it safe.
I think that's the smart thing to do from Gankstars. I think they're starting to realize that their siege is actually not as good as it should be. So perhaps they're going to look to try and play around this Kraken. And that's the 15-minute mark, which is the moment that Gankstars have been dreading. Because if traits continue as they have been throughout this series, that is the comeback potential that this Black Feather can provide. He has now completed the Aegis, working towards that Serpent's Mask, having gone for the Book of Eulogies. So he is waiting for that 2-item power spike before G2 can really turn things around. Dingo, though, takes so much damage.
He's got to pop the fountain as a result. That's actually pretty good. Burning your forward barrage for a fountain, that's a trade I'd take any day. That's the Blight Company coming across, so Tetno JJ very low, needs to get the Vanguard. Also going to have to burn out of there. Redix nearly goes down. He's zoned in a little bit by that death from above. King throwing out the gauntlet, buying some time for his team to make the plays as he pops the fountain. Tetno JJ and Leon, they want more, but they're not able to find it right now. Gankstars Cerebrus struggling to keep this moving.
A lot of damage just goes down back and forth. A lot of abilities used as well, but somewhat not in time with each other. So the target focus wasn't really ideal for either team. You could see that every time Leon went in, someone from G2 was just immediately disengaging, and it just made it so difficult for both teams to really lock down a target, which resulted in neither party coming away with a kill. So G2 successfully able to defend the turret. It is on about 50% HP right now, so all Gankstars need to do is continue the pressure, keep putting that poke down. That forward barrage is pretty good at taking down these turrets, but still, things very tense between the two teams, and it's somewhat surprising with the gold lead that Gankstars have been able to accrue, and given the fact that Leon is level 12, that the fights are still this even. And it is in part due to G2 playing around the turret, but still, the fact that G2 can play so well around this turret does make you wonder how well or how easily Gankstars are going to be able to close out this game.
They really need to find some kind of advantage now, though, because their edge as a composition is their early game advantage. You see Redix really starting to chunk out the damage onto Leon, onto Tetno JJ. Gankstars Cerebrus are starting to be forced back by one member of G2K, unless they can find an immediate initiation. I'm actually a little bit concerned for them moving forward.
Why are you concerned? You can't just leave me hanging like that.
Why am I concerned? Well, I feel like their composition isn't going to be able to cope with G2K in the late game. And also, you know, I feel like we've seen for a pretty substantial amount of time right now them be unable to crack this turret. Yes, they're in a good gold lead, but eventually you need to kill these objectives.
Yeah, I agree with you, which is why I feel like the Kraken needs to be the objective that they mainly play around. Not only will it be great for taking down turrets, and if we just have a look at the wave clear on G2's side, it's not actually that great. It's not bad, but it's not fantastic. But on top of that, what you can do is you can force G2 to come and fight you in the jungle, which is exactly what you want to do, because you want to get them away from the safety of their turret, because you know that you're still stronger than them at this point. So as long as you can fight them in a situation that's favorable to you, then it's going to work out in your favor. So to summarize, the Kraken is going to be the big play for Gankstars.
Well, they've got a minute until they can even attempt to get one, so the question is, are they going to? We have seen some pretty impressive Kraken steals, Goldmine steals so far today. UK going to be looking to pull off something similar. They're actually making moves much further out of their base than they have for quite some time. They feel like they've hit some kind of item breakpoint where they can't actually fight. Here comes the attempt. Redix, he's already taking a lot of damage, though. That's the ultimate. He goes down, however. Now Leon, he actually gets hooked by Dingo, but that keeps him out of range of Dark Potato. Leon's all over the place. It's an ace coming across for Gankstars. The Kraken about to spawn. Big misplay from G2K.
Yeah, and very big mispositioning coming out from G2 as well. Notice how Reddick moving his way up to the front line. Yes, he gives Dark Potato the bust, but you're also making it super easy for the lineup of Gankstars to just focus you down. It's just not a great ideal situation. As you rightly said, yes, the Force the Core does drag Leon back in, but Dark Potato, he'd already used his gap closers to get onto Leon in the first place, and now he didn't have any left to help him stick onto it. He then runs into the Gauntlet Wall, which then just further helps Leon reposition and clean up that fight. Gankstars, they're going to get themselves the turret, they're going to get themselves the Kraken, they're going to finish off a couple extra items, and now they're in a great position to close out Game 2.
They really are. It's going to be interesting to see whether they can pull this one out. Gankstars Cerebrus, they've got the Kraken pushing now. This is their opportunity to make it all happen. We have seen this before, though. We know how poorly these kinds of pushes can go. Leon looking to change that, already finding a lot of damage onto Dingo. Dingo immediately drops. Redix, he's knocked into the team. That's an easy forward barrage. Oh, man, G2K falling apart right now. Leon, he's looking for Dark Potato. That's the knockback, the afterburn from Tetno. It's the ace, and the Kraken still full health. G2K gonna be losing this third game of the series to Gankstars Cerebrus.
Gankstars' aggression finally pays off in the end because they are not afraid to force that fight that they needed to do to close this game out. They're going to be taking the lead 2-1 in this series, and they only need one more win to claim the title of the first qualifier spring champions. Fantastic stuff coming out from Gankstars, and if Leon continues to play this aggressively, this could very easily be a 3-1 sweep going over to Gankstars.
Man, I mean, Leon, his Sky is very potent, but it didn't look invulnerable there, and I think that's worth noting. There's a lot of missed forward barrages when they were trying to siege under the turret. I mean, maybe that was kind of okay, though. It did really act like a cage almost, keeping G2K under the turret for most of the game. This is it, though. I mean, G2K, they need to win next game to stay in the series. What a close one. I wouldn't have expected necessarily it to even be this close, even though it is our finals. I felt like Gankstars were just very dominant.
Remember, though, that G2 have been here before. They were in the last qualifier, the winter second qualifier final against SK. They were in this position. They then come back into Game 4, and they force SK into a Game 5 where they ended up falling short. So G2, they've been in this situation. They know the pressure. And I wouldn't be surprised if they bring something miraculous out for Game 4.
All right, well, to talk us through what we can maybe hope to expect moving into this Game 4, Let's pass it back to our analysts for what could be the last time. Second to last time.
All right, thank you, Action Jackson.